good day and welcome to a new video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe!
Heyo and welcome in today. Today joined by me, Daniel, and we are going to be painting a 90-minute art challenge here while I talk about a certain topic. So this is a bird painting that I'm doing, 90 minutes. You can find it on the Tumblr page, the 90-minute art challenge. I think it's hashtag 90-minute art challenge, and you can find they have a Tumblr with all these images, and I don't think they've done any new ones recently. So you could start from the start and kind of slowly catch up. There's about 50 of them, I think. A little bit more than that, maybe. But yeah, there's quite a few challenges there. Each one takes 90 minutes if you want to do one for 90 minutes. You could take less time if you wanted. You could take more time. You could do one multiple times. It depends on your schedule and, up to you. But today I'm talking about getting stuck into a painting, or drawing, or illustration, or design, or YouTube video. It could be many things, but getting stuck into it, and really, that great feeling you get when you are actually, you know, getting lost in the moment of actually creating what you want to create. For this piece here, I drew these lines, and that really helped me to position everything where it's supposed to be. I remember in math class we had to do this kind of thing where we had to take an image um, that was in squares, similar to like what this is, but it's in squares, and you'd have to make it twice as big, making all the shapes in the image as bigger, the squares would be bigger, and the shapes would be bigger to try and double it. And that was a really good exercise, and it can be really good for this kind of thing. In the past, I've used, lines to help me draw things, to paint things, to get things in the right place, and it does help. It is a useful tool to use, is lines like this to help you get the things in the right position. And it's very light in there, painted lightly. It's a tool that you can use. And I don't see why you can't use it. It's a great tool to use this shape to try and get you um, putting things in the right place, getting proportions right, those kind of things. It's quite helpful. It's exactly like using shapes and things to help you as well. There's nothing wrong with it, it's there to help you, to guide you. It's not cheating, quote unquote cheating, it is what it is. And it's a great tool to use. And there are many great tools to use. Now, once you've kind of gotten all these elements out of the way, getting kind of the positioning right, and the kind of look you want, the feeling you want from the illustration, um, these little major things, the composition all correct, then it's time to get stuck into your painting. And that's the time that I'm talking about today, and that's the time that is really kind of awesome to have. It's why I kind of paint um, for long periods of time, per se. That's why I enjoy painting, is when I do get stuck into it, when I do get into actually painting the thing, um, adding the fur, adding the lighting, the values, all those kind of things that you get stuck into. Um, and some of those are, yeah, at the start you're trying to figure out. But yeah, you get lost in the zone. Yeah. These videos here are streamed on Twitch, and then they are put onto a YouTube. Um, often I stream on Twitch on a Tuesday. Every Tuesday I stream on Twitch. But with those streams, they're just random streams. where I just paint and draw something. And often, I get lost. I get stuck into a painting. I don't talk too much. I'm just kind of chilling here, just painting while I've got my background music on. And you can see me paint random things or draw random things. Sometimes I'm doing something like my weekly tips, um, where I'm just drawing kind of animals I see. And even then I get stuck into trying to figure things out. Um, yeah, you know. So I get very quiet when um, I am getting stuck into paintings. Often, I kind of have my music on, just chillaxing and painting while I'm listening to my music. Um, Back in the day at course, I used to be singing and things. I still do every now and again. But it'll be, when I'm really into the painting, most of the times I'm listening to my music loud and singing like the lyrics while I'm painting. That's when I know when I'm kind of in the zone. I'm in the moment where I'm just creating stuff, which is awesome. I'm not um, fussing too much, and just painting the initials, fixing things up if I need to. But it's not the time where I kind of dealing with things that are more troubling, I guess, to fix up. Where I'm struggling with the painting per se, trying to get the proportions right, or something's going wrong with the painting. Um, Usually that doesn't happen. It can, when you get stuck into a painting and then you get lost or stuck at what to fix next. Um, it can happen. It has happened in the past where, I get to a certain point and it's like, oh, what can I fix up? And um, which then, I just take a break, come back and get stuck into it again, and eventually it all unfolds and unravels. Um, that's where the majority of your time is spent. Um, I was watching one of Matthew Delbridge's videos, and he talks about this how, um, the first kind of 20% of a painting is, working out the concept and all that stuff. The other 80% is, rendering and all that other fancy stuff, which doesn't matter too much, and it's 80%, yeah, is the fun time, Um, but yeah, it's important to get that first part right, If you can't get a good concept, you can't get a good composition, drawing, initial sketch work stuff, all that initial things down first. Like what I've done here, I've got all the initial things first down, as accurate as I can, and I think, here it doesn't look too shabby, too shabby. It's not too bad a drawing, really. Um, but if I didn't have that initial, drawing down here, as accurate as I can, it wouldn't look any good continuing it and getting stuck into the painting. Um, because it's good, getting stuck into it and it feels great. But if you don't have initial drawing, you're just kind of wasting time in a way. Um, yeah, yeah. But yeah, from here, I'm kind of getting stuck into it. I'm just painting details and things like that. So these are YouTube videos at the moment. My streams I'm doing. They're going to be half as short, so 20 minutes long. Or we're just halfway through it now, so that's awesome. It's great if you guys are watching on Twitch. It's great to see people pop up and come in, see me on Twitch talking, whether it's on Tuesday or these streams. as well as YouTube. It's great to have people in there watching my channel and supporting, what I do, what I create. Um, I hope to help other artists out there, follow their passion, aspire for something more, and grow into, um, great artists. It is definitely challenging these days to um, keep at it sometimes, with all things going on. Um, if you are locked down, you can take advantage and just paint, you know. Um, but it is challenging, coming from my perspective. I do, have to work full time. Um, then I've got to look after, my family here. I've got some other things that go on every now and again, um, there's quite a bit. And then, I still want to paint, still want to illustrate. I do it mainly at night, which, my daughter's gone to bed, and it's quiet. I then go ahead and start painting. Then, I don't exactly feel like painting every night. Um, I still go the best I can though. Whether I just chillax for the first hour, half an hour or something, and then get fully into painting, um, or kind of go straight into it. Depends on, what I've got going on. Sometimes I have no choice, like, I think this week, Tuesday, on Monday, I got like stuck into my Pugpunzel painting. Totally forgot about everything. I was just completely just painting my pug painting. It's harder to when you do get stuck into painting, when you've got lots of other things going on, when you just get stuck into a painting. It can leave other things on the sidelines that you need to do, which can be the negative thing about it. But yeah, that meant on Tuesday I was like, oh my God, I've got to record my weekly tips. Not only that, I had to record it, put the video together in the software I use, um, then put it on YouTube, and then get it ready for export with all the thumbnails and uh, comment, comments, description, everything like that. I'd do all that, and I had, that night to do it. So it was kind of like, oh, I got all that done. But I got stuck into it. I just did it, did the recording, put the video together, you know, um, put it up on YouTube, and it didn't take me too long. I could then go ahead and continue painting my pug, so getting stuck into it, getting those things done, um, can give you more time in the end. Those little things, if you uh, have these things, these things you've got to do. Um, for instance, you may need to reply to emails. You may need to um, talk to clients, or you know, or maybe you do run a YouTube channel. You need to upload your YouTube videos, edit descriptions, uh, talk in the comments, these things that you initially need to do. If you get stuck in, get those all done first. Um, then it frees up that time, if you're an YouTube artist, yeah, it frees up that time if you get stuck and do all those things. Then you can relax and get stuck into a painting the rest of the night. If you get all those little tasks done. And that's always good to do, get stuck in and get all those little tasks out of the way. Um, out of the way, those little jobs that you need to do, get out of the way so you don't forget them, and then then you get stuck into a painting. I try and do those first. You want to get those out of the way before you fully get stuck into, painting. Because for me, definitely if I get too stuck into it, I forget about everything, everyone and everything. I just get stuck into it and continue painting until I can. I have to stop. I don't really want to stop. Sometimes I go until like 10:30 or something like that. Um, but yeah, don't really want to stop, and that's always a good point. And I try not to stop, but it's getting close to needing to go to bed, so I do have to stop, unfortunately. But if I had more time, if I didn't have work or something like that, or nothing else on, I just go for it, just get stuck into it and keep going. Um, I have, once at one time, gotten stuck into it and I was up till like 3 in the morning or something painting. Um, so yeah, it can be dangerous. But I managed to control it. Um, it's unfortunate for me because I have not unlimited time. But if you do if you do have kind of I have limited time. If you do have unlimited time per se, um, you may be in lockdown, you don't have a job or something like that. Um, you're on holiday or something, you know, um, or this is your full-time job, so you have limited time to do it per se. Then once you get stuck into it, keep going, and that's always good. I've done that before. But know your limits as well. If you get too fatigued, um, your hands again too sore, and those kind of things. Just take a wee break once, um, you know, for say if you keep going a wee bit for 2 or 3 hours or something, just take a wee break, and get back into it. Knowing your limits, um, go have lunch, come back. Hopefully you can get stuck into it. Sometimes, getting back into it and getting lost in it again takes a little time. Um, and that's annoying, especially for me because at night time, that's the only time I got. And I've really got to, you know, get into it. Um, I can't just muck around for the first half an hour and then, um, well, the first hour really. I can muck around for half an hour, but if it's an hour, then it um, really makes it so I don't get much done. So I've really got to kick things into gear really quickly, which can be a bit of a struggle sometimes, um, because sometimes it takes me probably roughly half an hour to an hour just to get stuck into a painting and really get things going. The first half an hour to an hour, I'm really sluggish on doing things, and then the next couple of hours, I'm just going full force, getting things done. So that can be a bit of a struggle sometimes. Um, but yeah, understanding that and learning, how to do that can be really, really useful. How to get yourself into gear more quickly is really helpful. It's, obviously easier said than done, but um, it's just a practice thing. And when you got limited time, when you got so much time to paint and create stuff, not so much rush, um, then it's fine. You might be sluggish for the first half an hour, then do 4 or 5 hours, make up for it. But it's really struggling when you only have like 2 hours a night. So you really got to get things into gear. Doing my, lunchtime drawers where I just draw for at lunchtime. That is a really helpful thing that kind of helps. to kind of make sure when I do come to do my paintings and drawings at night, you know, I've had a little bit of warm up that day, and I can get a little bit more stuck into it. Um, yeah, that kind of thing. Maybe, perhaps, I could, when I come home, maybe do a few sketches or something. That could be a possibility, where I do a few sketches as soon as I get home, um, just before dinner or something. Obviously, not the nights I'm cooking, but um, maybe just a quick sketch or something just before I start to um, set up for painting the night. You know, that could be another warm-up thing that I could do that could help me. Um, so yeah, just trying these things to really get you stuck into this painting. It's a great moment when you do get stuck into a painting or an illustration. So hopefully, you know, all you guys get a little bit more stuck into your paintings and create things. So yeah, I'm just finishing off this 90-minute art challenge here. So hopefully, you know, you guys um, did enjoy this video, whether you enjoyed the chat or you enjoyed me painting it. They are a bit shorter just because I wanted spend less time doing these streams, especially if I'm doing them like say on a Friday, Saturday night, get it done, then can do all my other stuff. You know, all that. If I do a Saturday night, you know, it's all done, dusted. I've got other things to do, so I'm not spending so much time doing these streams half the time as I usually do. Whether when I do get artists in, I don't know. I go ask them whether they want 20 minutes or 40 minutes. You know how long they would like to chat for. I'm not too fussed, but yeah, you know, that will be a thing now. But yeah, I'd be happy doing 40 minutes with the artist, but for these, you know, individual chats that I've got going on, I definitely don't want to be going on as long as I have been in the past. Just because, yeah, it's 40 minutes. I mean, I've been alright with some of the videos I created, but I definitely want to cut that in half to help me out, so that, you know, it gives me time. It gives me an extra 20 minutes that I can do other things with, like edit this video together and all that stuff, so I then can continue on all my other painting things that I've got going on, my weekly tips. The At the moment the Pugpunzel, but yeah. Let me know down in the comments what your thoughts are, if you enjoyed this video, if you get stuck into your paintings and things like that. I'd love to know. Keep drawing, everyone, keep creating, and see you in the next video.